that it has no choice but to succeed.
Right.
Because the passion that is behind it and the purpose that is behind it and what it's going to do, nothing can stop what this mission is. I encourage you guys to talk to each other. Some of my doulas are in here, and I love them. Whitney's going to be an amazing doula. Donna, I know she's like, don't do this to me.
You know how I feel.
But this is one of the few Black midwives that we have down in Denver, Aurora area. She might be the only one.
I am the only one.
She's the only one, and she's in here, and I love her so much.
And only 2 in the state.
2 in the state. That's important, but that also shows the need, right? Because how many white midwives are there?
49.
Listen.
49 that are practicing. There are
40
more than 49 in the state of Colorado, but 49 that are practicing.
And we have 2 Black midwives. 2. That is why this space is so essential. That is why we are building the support system that we need. I don't know how me and Donna found each other. I don't know how half of me and the woman in this room found each other, but
Like electric.
it is, and that is why it just has to succeed. Like, I thought a million times, like, what am I gonna stand up here and say? And I practiced the speech, and I was like, let me write it down. And then I was like, you're not gonna wear your glasses anyway. You're not gonna be able to read it. So literally, this is like, literally from the bottom of my heart. I cannot express the amount of gratitude that I have. Please, if you know any women of color, and we like to, pregnant is our thing, but we support all women of color in all walks of life. You do not have to have a baby to come in here, because the space was created because so I'll do that. We'll talk about how Mama Bird came about. For those who know me, I'm a doula and a massage therapist. I worked in several white spaces for the beginning of my career, and I never realized how uncomfortable I was in those spaces. And then when the women that were of color would come in, they were uncomfortable too. And it's like, why am I uncomfortable here? This is a beautiful space. Why does this not feel good? And it wasn't until I started taking private clients, and of course, people of color gravitate to people of color, that we lack the resources. I have worked with an amazing agency, Aloe Tribe. This is my postpartum mentor. She's amazing. And they've built an amazing network, an amazing system that they can refer anybody for anything. But when I began to take clients of color, I didn't have that. I didn't have yoga instructors. I didn't have childbirth educators. I didn't have lactation consultants that I could send my families to. And that bothered me. So about 2 years ago, I began searching for providers. I didn't get no response. Wasn't nobody listening to me. Wasn't reading my emails. Wasn't nobody talking to me. And I was like, no, this is gonna work. So eventually I began to find these providers, and I began to find these people. And then these people began to find me. And I said, well, we deserve a beautiful space. So when you look at Mama Bird and its beauty, it is completely intentional. Because how many times have you walked into a space that was predominantly white and you're like, this is such a beautiful, but you were like, oh, right? So how are you gonna maintain your self-care and your mental and emotional wellness, and you're like, oh, when you come in here, we don't code switch, we play R&B. Like, this is legitimately a cultural space, and it's very intentional because I want every mom, every woman that comes in here to walk away with something or to leave something they no longer need.
Right.
Period. That's why I looked for the services I need, because our community and our women, legitimately Black women, are at the bottom of the pole.
Yep.
Every time. Why? We're not doing that no more. We deserve beauty, we deserve happiness, we deserve emotional health, mental health, we deserve stability, we deserve all these things. So that is the reason that Mama Bird exists. So if you know any providers in this space or anybody outside of here that you feel like could benefit this space, please send them this way, because we are building a community and we are building a network of our people. And that is so important. Representation is so important. I literally cried when I found Donna. I was like, there is a Black midwife. Like, that's important. That is so important. So that is how Mama Bird came into play. and Mama Brenda's not going nowhere. I don't know where we going, but we ain't going nowhere. I will tell you that. But please, if you know anyone that can benefit from these services, we have a team of doulas, we have lactation, as Marqueza discussed, and we're always adding things. We're always adding whatever we need. So if there's a need, we will fulfill that need. We will find a way to make it happen. And I've got so much trust now that if it comes up, I know it'll come to. Like, I'm just at that point where nothing can stop it. Nothing. I'm gonna tell y'all a story really quick because she gone. We had a reporter in here, and this is how important this is. She passed out, and I will tell you a doula caught her. And within 2 minutes, this reporter had water, she had lemonade, she had food, she had everything that she needed. Because that's who we innately are. We are nurturers, we are providers. We want to help you. It doesn't matter what you look like, we want to help you. But we're so broken down that, no, we're gonna do this. So, I don't know what else to say. I didn't prepare much after that. I didn't prepare none of this, but.
That was a whole gem.
That sure was. Yes, it was.
Woo!
Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like, my cup is so full. I will be probably on a pretty good high for the next couple weeks. So yes, please check out retail. Please check in. Please send whoever you know that would need these services and benefit. And we are working on sliding scales. Like, we are working from services for uninsured. Like, we're working on it all. We're gonna have it all, and I'm speaking that because I know it's gonna happen. So I don't have anything else.
Woo!
Thank you, Mama.